Back soon with the second half of the Northern Football League Match of the Day on your local station, 88.6 20 Valley FM.
Well, we're just underway now in the third term. The first bounce just gone. We've got a secondary stoppage now. Rucks go at it, but before they do, Chase Caulfield's just throwing down Scooter White. Now he's been fouled off the ball as well, so it's going to be reversed here. That one going against Lucas Hobbs. Well, Macleod had that ball in the middle of the ground, and now it's going to be turned over and Chase Caulfield to take a free kick inside the centre square.
I should say welcome back to Northern Football League Match
What a way
of the
to
Day.
start.
Yeah, very frenetic start to this second half of Round 5 Division 1, Eltham versus Macleod. 9-6-60 Eltham to Macleod 7-3-45. 15 points is the margin to Eltham. It was 45, and now Macleod are coming back. They're in the centre square at the moment, Macleod. They go inside the forward 50 now, looking for Paddy Martin, who's all by himself, and he takes a mark. And right from the beginning of the second half, the third quarter, Macleod will have a shot at goal. They could bring this one back to 9 points.
Paddy Martin, been a crucial player in this Macleod setup, taking good marks across half forward for the last couple of years. Presenting nicely, he and Duck Doherty work well together, and they would love this to start off the second half, to take it back to 9 points right at the start of this third term. It is Paddy Martin. He'll be kicking from 49 metres out. It's going to hang up there in the goal square. Marking option on the goal line. It's going to be off hands at ground level. Working hard here is Anthony Doherty. Gets it back to Brandt. Sidesteps one. Swinging kick around the corner is one behind. 3 goals, 1 for Reed Brandt. Back to 14 points. So to bring it in from fullback will be Robert Arney, I believe it is. It is. He's got it, he kicks it to himself and charges away from Reed Brandt and goes long down in front of the scoreboard, long down the line to the direction of O'Brien. He punched it to ground level. Scooter White, the first one there. They can go back inside forward 50. Here's Hobbs. Side steps 1, side steps 2. Got around Tommy Rogers. His handball was wayward though. Williamson, the big fella, is able to pick it up and handball it out off a couple of hands into space. Richardson was the one there to gather, but he couldn't quite. Off to Long, back to Painter. Painter to Bianchin. Bianchin to Hobbs with a great mark, who just floated into the space where Bianchin had set the ball up for him, and he'll go back for a set shot. Similar position to where Paddy Martin kicked from, possibly a little bit straighter and maybe a metre or 2 further out. He decides to go short. It's going to be a half volley here for Scooter White to pick it up. Probably not the best option there from Lucas Hobbs, and now Tommy Rogers can clear. He goes long towards the wing, only as far as Daniel O'Brien though, who continues to be a thorn in the Eltham outfit. He's got the ball on the wing, intercept mark. And now he goes back into the middle, finds Painter, who was good in that second quarter. And he goes further inside to Driscoll, now about 90 metres out directly in front, long in the direction of Sayers. It's not going to quite reach him. It goes over the head of Cox, over the head of Sayers and Gilbert, out of bounds boundary throwing.
It was an interesting one before when Hobbs decided to pass, wasn't it? Because he went to a player probably at a similar distance, but on a much tighter angle in White. Had have White marked it, it still would have been a really difficult kick from deep in the pocket.
So thrown it inside forward 50. Macleod's forward line, they've had a lot of possession inside the forward 50 in both the second quarter and the start of this third one. Martin at ground level wins it back on hands and knees, tries to get it off to Painter. It's very congested inside the forward pocket. Painter got hands to it, so did Gilbert for Eltham. Just trying to clear it here, Eltham, but Macleod applying a lot of pressure. Now they're free in the pocket. A snapshot at goal from deep in the pocket. It's a goal!
Paddy Martin.
A brilliant goal from deep in the gutter. Paddy Martin just swings it, and it rode all the way across the boundary line and snuck in for a goal. What a beautiful goal that was.
Well, that's one of the contenders, I think, for the top 5 players of the week. Paddy Martin from deep in the pocket kicks an absolute beauty. That's his first goal, and Macleod now has 6 in a row. And a whistle's gone off the ball, and there's going to be a free kick in the centre square. I'm not sure which way it's going to be going. It might be an Eltham ball, it looks. But they've closed now to within 8 points. The Kangas, they're 8-4-52. The Panthers, 9-6-60, just 8 points in it.
So Williamson just defensive side of the centre circle. He's got the free kick here for Eltham, out of the middle of the ground, long to Cox. Out positioned nicely there by Scooter White, who takes another good mark. White and O'Brien have been just about the best 2 players on the ground, despite Eltham having the lead and being the better side in the first half. Those 2 have carried this Macleod side, and Macleod now move out of half-back in the direction of that man O'Brien. Kick was a little heavy. It's going to go out of bounds, boundary throw, an 8-point ball game. Eltham lead. Ball at Eltham half-forward line.
So 5 minutes gone, round 5, Division 1. It's Eltham versus Macleod here. Start of the third quarter, match of the day. Northern Football League match of the day, live on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. The margin is 8 points. Eltham still lead. They led by as much as 45 in the second term, but Macleod have brought it all the way back. Eltham go deep inside the forward 50 with a kick from Taglieri and a mark from James Chrysaridis in the goal square.
So strong in the air. Leggett, he's such a good one-on-one defender most of the time, but Chrysaridis just used his body brilliantly there, getting him out of the way and lining up for his 5th goal here. He's a superstar, James Chrysaridis. He's showing that at the start of 2015.
He just swallowed the mark up as well. He took a chest mark and it just went straight into the pouch. James Chrysaridis directly in front. For goal number 5 on the right boot, as straight as you like.
And a much-needed one.
The Panthers back on the board. It's been a long time between drinks. Their last goal at the 12-minute mark of the second term, but James Chrysaridis, who else, gets on the board now. He's kicked 5 and the Panthers go to 10 goals, 666. Macleod, 8-4-52. It's not often you say the side in front desperately needed one, but that was certainly the case there for the Panthers.
Macleod were coming really hard. It was back to 8 points, as you just said there, but able to get it back out to 14 now, and we'll be searching for another one here in quick time. Ball one down here by Long, got it to Andrew. His handball partially smothered. Now Valance going the other way here for Eltham. Long in the Chrysaridis direction again. Oh, good spoil there from Brad Leggett. Brought it to ground level. Zito's going to be the first one after it. They'll try and handball it back to Woods or Chrysaridis. Macleod numbers around the ball. Bianchin. His handball out to Leggett. He'll just try and get it over the boundary line. Chrysaridis trying to keep it in. He does. He got it to Rogers. Rogers in a tight space. Got tackled. Still able to get the hands free. Handball away to Zito. He was wrapped up by Scooter White. And there'll be another stoppage deep inside that Eltham forward half. Right forward pocket. Umpire to throw it up once more. And it will be Long going up, but it's Williamson who won it down. And it's Henkel at the bottom of the pack who was wrapped up straight away. Johnny Andrew in there as well, but it will be another stoppage, same position. Right half forward flank here for the Panthers.
It's inside their forward 50. They lead by 14 points at the moment, the Panthers. Tap out the back, finds its way there to, I think, Glasgow, but the whistle's gone, and it's going to be a free kick. And it will go the way of Eltham. So they'll have it just on 50. Across right half forward, far side of the ground. They go with a little short kick into the centre, looking for a target, but getting himself in the hole was Chris Long, the big ruckman.
What you like your ruckman to do, isn't it? Get in that hot spot and stand in front of the opposition's full forward. Handballs
back to Bianchin, and Bianchin now clears defensive 50. Big fly at the back from Rogers, couldn't take it in though. They'll get it back though, Eltham. A handball inside was cut off by the Macleod player. Rogers picks up, handballs out wide, finds a teammate there in Caulfield, who steps back, pops one up high into the pocket, the whistle's gone.
Downfield.
It's going to be downfield free. Which way is it going? It's going to go Eltham's way in the pocket.
Yeah, Caulfield got dumped after he kicked it.
And guess who? James Chrysaridis will line up.
In dangerous hands.
Here he is, Chrysaridis, the mercurial Chrysaridis. He's already got 5 today, 5 goals, 3 this afternoon.
We've seen him kick from directly in front. Can he do it from hard up against the boundary line?
He's kicked a bag of 8, a bag of 6, another bag of 6 throughout the year as well, and now he's going for 6 again. It's a fair effort.
Chrysaridis will kick from the right forward pocket, hard up against the boundary line, just pokes at that one, but pokes very straight.
That is magical.
Number 6 for James Chrysaridis.
From the tightest of angles.
He liked it off the boot. He was fist pumping as soon as it left his boot laces, and Chrysaridis has 6. Importantly for Eltham, the last 2, they've steadied the ship, and it's back out to a 20-point advantage. 11-6-72, Macleod's 8-4-52. We talked in the pre-game about Eltham losing last week, but they had to overcome a really big deficit, hit the front, and then when Lower Plenty charged the second time, it was always hard to find a second comeback. Can Macleod do that? They've got plenty of time. We've only now gone 8.5 minutes into the third quarter, but they've really made a challenge in the second term. Eltham's responded. Can the Kangas find another fight back?
Long down to Andrew. Andrew got it to half forward. Brandt running onto it. Wachowski's going to be there for Eltham to clean up though. Can't take it cleanly. Martin got a hand in there. Back to Brandt. Brandt at ground level. Back to Martin. Sidesteps one. Handball to Hobbs. He has to get around the direct opponent Cox. And now left foot snap towards the goal square is good. And they get the instant reply. Macleod. Lucas Holt getting involved.
Well, he's a noted goal kicker, Hobbs. At his time at Whittlesea, went at over 2 goals a game, and he's come in now. He's more of a midfielder, obviously, at Macleod, playing as an on-baller rather than high half forward, but he still goes it over a goal a game, and he just keeps finding the big sticks. He's done it now. His side needed it. Eltham kicked 2 in quick time, and Macleod able to get that really quick response which they needed to do, back into a 14-point deficit, 58 plays 72.
2 goals straight in this quarter for Eltham, 2 goals, 1 for Macleod.
Down by Long once more. Here is Macleod going forward again through Scooter White, who wins the clearance. Goes to Martin at half forward. He's got Richardson covered here on this lead. It's too far out to score. He's about 60 from home. Long, there's a 2-on-1 at the goal square. Over the back, Mark not taken. Snap around the corner is not going to be straight. There's a chance there for Joel Kidd, but he was put under pressure straight away, and he's one behind.
So back down to 13 points is the margin. It's 11-6-72. Macleod 8-5-53. 10 minutes gone in his third term. The short kick out finds its way to Caulfield, standing at full-back. He's got Gilbert up the near side.
Evans.
It is Evans, my apologies. Decides to go a bit short out wide and finds Brovidani in the back pocket. Standing right on the boundary line, still deep inside defensive 50 now. He roosts it long as far as he possibly can up towards centre wing. A big pack of players flies out the back there. O'Brien off hands, and he's wrapped up, and there'll be a stoppage on centre wing.
Around the grounds, Division 1, Northcote Park 77 leads Lowell Plenty 37. All square in the grand final rematch. Heidelberg and Greensboro both 53 points apiece.
One down by Long. DePallo at ground level trying to get his arms free. Held to him, said the umpire. Stoppage.
And also we've got Montmorency 65 leading West Preston Lakeside 57, Bundura 84. They've doubled North Heidelberg 42.
Ready to throw it up once more. He's on the wing in front of the scoreboard. 72 plays 59. Eltham by 13 points. One down, and Taglieri wrapped up a Macleod player at ground level. There will be another stoppage, same position.
Hasn't moved too far in the past minute.
The umpire goes once more, throws it up again, and it is long when he is down. Taglieri attracting the footy, it is off his hands, straight to White, goes long to half forward, Sugar almost took the mark. Wachowski off his hands, sends a big barrel up back towards the wing from where it came. Good one-handed mark taken there at the back there. I think it was Shaw who's taken it there, and he gives it off to Henkel with the switch. He's got Reed Brandt further afield. If he can sidestep one, no, he can't get around him, so he just goes high and up and under on his wrong boot. That was the right foot. He wanted to get onto his left, but he couldn't quite. There was a good bit of pressure there from Pettygrove to make sure he kicked on his right. He should have out before.
He should have used Brand earlier, shouldn't he? Brand had his opponent covered by a couple of metres there. Just that hesitation cost him.
Brovidani roosts it long. All goes out of play. That was a great synchronised calling there.
The echo in the room here.
All goes out of play. Boundary throwing inside Eltham's forward 50. They lead by 13. 12 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Still 13-point ball game here as the umpire throws it back in over his head. It's DePallo, but it's O'Brien coming third man up, who belted it away towards Ducto, and he couldn't take it cleanly. At ground level, wrapped up straight away, is a Eltham player at the bottom of the pack. There will be yet another stoppage. 72 plays 59. Great ball game here at Eltham Central.
The stoppage will be taken about 53 metres out from Eltham's goal. DePallo leapt up early and taps it down, but Macleod will get hands to it. Just fell to the feet of O'Brien. He goes down to pick it up twice, gets it on the third attempt, and didn't really make much of the possession. Eltham get it back, but that one's just gone over the line, and they'll be a throw-in.
I'll tell you what, if it hadn't been out of bounds, I'm not sure who the player was who snapped that from the boundary line, but that went straight through the middle. But just held at the play now. It's probably in the end lucky sort of free kick against it, because the whistle had clearly blown.
I think it was Taglieri.
And it was straight through the middle, but obviously the boundary line had eluded him moments earlier.
So the throw-in. 30 metres around from Eltham's goal at the left half forward, or the left forward pocket if you like, between that area. Thrown in. Long gets a tap down, but his tap was blocked. Looks like Caulfield might get on the end of it here in the forward pocket. Again, the ball hard up against the boundary line, and now it's been carried over. Has it? Yes, it has. So now the throw-in will be taken even closer to goal, 5 metres around.
So it's 13.5 minutes played, third term. Eltham 11-6-72, Macleod 9-5-59. The Panthers have led from the first bounce. They kicked the opening goal, have never been headed. Macleod did get within 8 points in this quarter. Margin back out to 13.
Down off hand, Taglieri tried to have a snap out of fresh air, couldn't quite. But there's a free kick that's been pulled out of this stoppage. It's going to be against Scooter White. He's not happy about it. It's going to be a Louis Glasgow ball deep in the left forward pocket. And a chance for Eltham to stretch the lead out once more to 19 points.
And he's got one goal to this end. He did kick the opening goal of the game, Louis Glasgow. And now a chance from a pretty tight angle, but he looks like he's going to be going the drop punt.
He does now. Has he squeezed it through?
Has.
He's done it very nicely. Surely not from there, but he has.
Louis Glasgow kicks his second goal, and once again, Eltham just able to find a response as Macleod makes the charge. It is the Panthers, 12-6-78. Macleod, 9-5-59. We've gone nearly halfway through this second term. Out in Division 2, Hurstbridge, 6-11-47. Trailing still, Diamond Creek, 9-9-63. Laylaw, 13-7-85. They're back ahead of Panton Hill, 11-3, 69, and Thomastown they've put the foot in the gas in the third term. They're 10-10-70, earned a 7-4, 46 at half-time. The Fitzroy Stars 36, led Whittlesea 34.
Back here it's 19 points after Eltham have just been able to score another one through Louis Glasgow, but Macleod will get the clearance through Johnny Andrew, who goes to half-forward. Wachowski got around a couple, some magnificent manoeuvring off half-back, and then he put the kick to the advantage of his teammate on the wing there. That was Pettygrove. He chips one over the top to a man in space who had to wait for it. It was almost a hospital ball for Tommy Rogers. Chris Long was coming.
He's lucky. Long's a nice bloke because he could have put him into next week. It's a good thing that game's cleaned up a lot over the last 20 years.
But it is Rogers at 70. He goes short to Cruceratus, who's taken it again and will line up for number 7.
What a good delivery.
It was a good bit of play by the Eltham forward line. There was two men in the path there of Chris Arades. They both darted either side. One went left, one went right, and it just opened up that corridor there for Chris Arades, and Rogers just knew to put it into the space and let him run onto it. Nothing a defender can do in that situation.
He kicked one spearing kick as well into the chest.
He kicked one here from this pretty much this exact position in the first quarter.
For 7.
It's one for his 7th goal.
Got it.
Midway through this third quarter, no, the wind just hangs it out to the left. He almost had it.
Yeah, that was the early call there. Off the boot, it looked good. And I think most people in the crowd thought it was through off the boot, but it was sucked in there, the late wind getting a hold of it. Minor score. And Eltham is 12-7-79, and Macleod 9-5-59, 16 minutes played in the third term.
So they lead by 20 here. Eltham, they've managed to extend their margin. It was brought down to 8 at one point in this term, but they've brought it back out to 20. Corford at the bottom of the pack at centre half forward. Scoops a handle out to Rogers. He tries to thread a kick into Chris Arades. In fact, it was Braden taking the area, but getting back was Bianchin. He took the defensive mark for Macleod, and now he goes long and high up towards centre wing. Underneath it, a good mark taken over.
Really strong.
By Brad Leggett. Very well done there from the NFL representative player. He now has Henkel on the outside, hard up against the boundary line, bombs it long inside forward 50. Brandt is there and takes a good chest mark. 45 metres out from goal. He's going to play on quickly, goes over the top. It's a wobbly old kick, it's a poor kick.
Just touched.
He's spurned his opportunity. Gilbert got back and caught it. Handball's out wide now, and Eltham are away on half-back. Richardson marks, goes back and takes his time and just slows things down, the 35-year-old.
Directing traffic there with the arm, and he's got the switch going.
Now goes to the outer pocket and finds a man there on the outer side in Caulfield.
Just on that Reed Brandt one, the mark was a great one initially because he'd actually slipped as the ball came through. He recomposed himself, took the mark, but the second time now he's kicked into the man in the mark from a shot inside 50.
Anton Woods calling for it in the middle because he's got plenty of space and a runner inside as well in Evans. His handball was a little bit sloppy, but Evans still has time and space. And now Richardson, there is no defenders across half-back here for Macleod at the moment, and Richardson just slices his way through that defence. He's able to set up a man in the corridor.
I was going to say, if you're Macleod coach, you'd be scratching your head. I looked at Nick Lynch, and that's exactly what he was doing, scratching his head. They had the whole corridor free, and well, Eltham nearly mucked it up because the Woods handball to Evans fell behind him. He had to go back and fetch it, but he had men everywhere. Richardson and now Wachowski, who snuck forward for his first goal. He hung it out right, and this one, well, it didn't swing left like the Chris Arades attempt moments earlier, and that's another minor score, an opportunity to go more than 4 goals ahead. Gets, well, it just slips right by there. It's Eltham 12-8-80. Macleod's 9-5-59. We've got 18 minutes in the third quarter.
Had a few chances to extend this lead even further here in the third, but it is still a tight ball game after those couple of misses. One to Wachowski, one to Chris Arades in the last few moments. And a little bit of a let off for Macleod as Brad Leggett takes a good relieving mark at half-back, gave it to Paddy Martin, who goes with a tumbler on the left foot in the direction of Reed Brandt, getting there first and wrapped up straight away is Bottomley. Here's Tommy Rogers going in hard after he laid the tackle. Handball out to a teammate. Now, if they can take it cleanly, they're away. Evans can't quite pick it up first time. He has to go in again. Now Shane Doherty. Handball out. Bottomley smothered. Still comes back to Anthony Doherty. Here's a tough one-on-one. It is Caulfield up against Paddy Martin. Neither could win it. Holding free kick is going to go the way of Eltham, who play on straight away through Caulfield. Handball to Woods. Woods almost wrapped up under severe pressure here, but they're going to get out of it. Beautiful handball chain. Here's Williamson. Gave the don't argue to his direct opponent Driscoll, and then went with a tumbler up to half forward. He's going to have to work hard again to get involved, but he does. Great work from the big fella, and he gets his man further afield in Zito involved. He goes to Tommy Rogers, runs to the 50, left foot is swinging out wide. Almost.
The roof would have come off this place. I know they've done the renovation here in front of the grandstand, but that had all the makings of one of the great team goals you've seen, but in the end, Rogers just hoiking his kick, and we've seen 3 now behind, so that kick out has gone out of bounds on the full, but they've blown some chances in the last 5 minutes. 3 really gettable ones have all missed. They just need one more, you feel, because they're 22 points clear, and if they can get beyond that 4-goal margin, it's one hell of a bridge to cross for Macleod.
Well, we spoke about the outside running from Eltham and how well they use the wings here at Eltham Central Park, and that was just a brilliant example of it. It's fantastic thread of handballs.
He has the pace of Rogers though. Once he got the ball, he got it at half forward, the whole crowd was just screaming goals, goals.
How long?
He took his 10 or his 15, but he just didn't steady enough and he kicked it across the face. But another chance here.
Braden Taglieri on the outer side. Right foot kick from right half forward, goes long all the way, touched off hands, doesn't make the distance. It's just been kept in, it goes out for one rush behind. Eltham now 12-10-82. Macleod 9-5-59, the margin is 23.
Now they go off half-back here, Macleod. It is Scooter White who spots up a man further afield who was almost paid the mark. No, it was off his hand. Second grab wasn't inside the boundary line. It will be out of bounds, thrown in.
Just ticked into time on as well.
So boundary umpire to throwing the ball now. Sayers up against Williamson. There's a nice palm down there by Williamson. Off a couple of hands to Rogers. Rogers high, up and under, only as far as Shaw, who led Glasgow to the ball. And he'll take the relieving mark on the last line of defence.
Northern Football League match of the day on your local station, 88.6 Honey Valley FM. This is Eltham versus Macleod, and in the back pocket it is the Macleod captain, Kane Shaw, with the ball, and he repels long to the defensive 50 and goes up towards centre wing. A big mark over the top from Mike Williamson, a great mark there, and he hands off now to Woods. He goes to Rogers, handballs out wide to Brovidani, over the top to Cox, on 50, backwards to Brovidani, chips one into the pocket. Just a bit too long there for Chrysoritis, and Kane Shaw again takes a nice relieving mark in defence.
Been really good in this third quarter. Kane Shaw wasn't involved too much in the first half. He's been good off half-back.
Goes short to Bianchin, who goes up the wing to Hobbs, who was clattered off the footy after he took the mark. No free kick given against him, or no 50-metre penalty given to him. Have it on centre wing.
Andrew wants it long. Nope.
Decides to go lateral instead to Sayers, who goes on the left. He goes long to the 50. At the back there, Richardson takes the mark and he plays on straight away. Hands off now to Woods, who's been good all day. Right foot kick up the middle, goes towards centre half forward. The mark taken by Billy Glasgow. They need a bit of pace here now. Eltham going inside forward 50. Glasgow looking for Caulfield, but again, Macleod have done so well in this quarter to get three numbers back, and O'Brien takes a relieving mark in defence.
He goes long out wide, but it's going to be a turnover kick. Ballans took the mark. You can tell there's a clear directive of half-back Ross and take the mark and play on. We've seen Richardson and Glasgow do it now. The long kick to Caulfield. Went up against two, ball at ground level, partially smothered. O'Brien has to go in again there for Macleod. I think both sides wouldn't mind a ball up here to stop the play. It's going to get out eventually. Big tackle laid there. That was by James Reid, and we are going to get a ball up. 35 metres out from the Panthers' goal. They are kicking to the railway end, and they lead here 12-10-82 to Macleod 9-5-59. Closing stages of the third term.
23-point ball game. Kick from Reid Brown out of the stoppage is going to tumble its way towards the boundary, right in front of the Eltham interchange bench.
Almost at the 23rd minute mark of this third term. No goal has been scored since the 14th minute mark when Eltham scored one, and since then Eltham have scored 4 behinds. So they've wasted their opportunities in the last 10 or so minutes.
Sayers and Williamson again to contest in the ruck. And palming it down on this occasion. It was a great slap there from Sayers. Got it out to Duck Doherty. Needs to take it cleanly. Can't quite. Caulfield went in hard, but it came off his hands. Now Driscoll going in. Gives it out wide to Martin on his left foot. Kicks long towards long. It's going to be over his head. Trying to pick it up at ground level is Scooter White. Of all time, you'll never see a better goal than that. Scooter White on the boundary. Magnificent stuff. He's got his second of the day. And Macleod are right back in it.
The pickup made it, didn't it? It was a one-handed pickup, running at pace, and he threaded it from close to the boundary line. Cuts the margin to 17 points. That hurts Eltham. 4 misses down the other end. Macleod get their first genuine chance in 10 minutes, and Scooter White kicks an absolute beauty. He's kicked 2 goals today, and now the scoreboard reads Eltham 12-10-82. Macleod 10-5-65. It's three-quarter time at Bill Laurie Oval. It's Northcote Park 77 leading, Lower Plenty 45, Coleman Violato with 2 each for the leading side.
That was a superb goal from White in the pocket, but it was the pickup deep in the boundary line that made that goal, and then he dribbled it through for another beauty. But here go Eltham out of the centre. Clearance from Brovidani inside forward 50. Front position there is Hengel, but he's hampered by Caulfield and Chrysoritis. Chrysoritis is after it. So is Caulfield again. Reid applies a tackle, but Macleod do very well under pressure to get away with that one. Yarwood over the top sees Driscoll at right half back, who marks, slows, sees Shane Doherty up the line as well.
2.5 minutes.
Trying to make a right decision here, because there's a lot of Eltham players meant to play on, almost dropped it and then goes short to the edge of the centre square and sees a teammate standing there. Now they go up towards half forward. White marks, wheels around on the left boot, goes long to the hot spot. Long is underneath it. Couldn't take the mark. A great spoil. Running onto it is Yarwood in the pocket. Can he do what White did a few moments ago? No, he can't. He slipped over. And he's pushed over the boundary line for a balance.
Courage shown there for balance, running back into probably the biggest man out there in the field, never wavered from the football there, got a great spoil in towards the boundary line, and that's a magnificent piece of play there by the youngster, just 21 years of age, and great courage shown.
Thrown in the forward pocket, deep inside Macleod's forward 50. Long has front position but didn't get a hand to it. He underrode it. Scooter White directly in front. He gets his second goal on the court.
The second in a row here for Scooter White, and Macleod making a late charge here in the third term. Well, they're as close as they've been for a very long time, margin into 11 points. Of course, did get to 8 points for a little while here in the third quarter, but they're within 2 goals now, deep stages of the third term. Macleod 11-5, 71. Eltham 12-10, 82. This has been one great contest, and it looks like, boys, it's going right down to the final quarter.
Again, just like in the second quarter, late goals here in this third term. When the game looked to be, heading Eltham's way, Macleod have got themselves right back into it once more. They can't let Eltham pull away again here late in this third term. Only a couple of minutes left. Out of the stoppage, Johnny Andrews going to be the first one to get there. He burst away from his direct opponent and kicked it along to Paddy Martin. He's outmaneuvered by Michael Richardson. It's going to be paid a Macleod free kick. The Macleod fans beneath us. Happy with that one. Going wild. And it will be Paddy Martin. It's a tough kick here, right on the boundary, hemmed up 50 metres out. You wouldn't back many to kick it from here, but Paddy Martin has already kicked a beauty from the opposite pocket in a similar situation, about the same distance.
It's a pretty good forward. He can sneak a goal.
For his second. And he comes now from the paint of the 50. He kicks it. We've got a pretty good view of it. It's not going to be a goal. It's going to swing out to the left. Chance for a mark on the line. And it is a mark on the line.
Just mark in the end.
No one saw Shane Doherty out the back, and he was able to take the nice little soda. And now we'll have to swing around on the right foot, you would imagine. Mercurial Doherty, he's put it through. Macleod are right back into this one. It's game on.
5 points the difference here, and we're right near three-quarter time. 3 goals in 3.5 minutes here for the Roos, and they're within 5 points. 12-5, 77 Macleod. Eltham 12-10, 82. Game right on. Tom's called it then. Great contest of footy, and it's fitting. It's going to go right down to the end. 27 minutes gone in this third term. It is 12-10, 82 Eltham to Macleod, 12-5, 77. 5 points separates these two sides. Remembering it was 45 points Eltham leading in the second term, but Macleod have brought it all the way back. It's the closest they've been for a long time. From the middle, Andrew tries to win it out there. Painter, swinging kick but missed. Coming through there from the side was Lewis Glasgow, just throwing his body into the contest, and a ball up. Emerging from all of that, right on the edge of the centre square. Thrown up by the umpire. Sayers doing the ruck work, taps it down. Billy Glasgow at the back, gathers, handballs off now to Witkowski, who goes for a run through the middle of the corridor. Woods, he's taken down in the tackle, just disposed of it cleanly. Back inside forward 50 Macleod. Martin is there, so is Richardson. Richardson a hand to it. In comes White, looking for Martin again. Martin trying to look for White. White will get it back. He gathers, dances for the turn, caught high. Izzy, umpire says no, nothing doing. Yarwood in the pocket, tries to gather, keeps it alive for a moment, but he's taken over the boundary line. Great call there, Jordo. Couldn't be too much longer to go in this quarter, I wouldn't have thought here. 10 seconds remain here. Can Macleod find one to take the lead for the first time of the game? Third quarter action here. Imagine it was the last quarter. You would have found a person not on their feet here, but it's a great game of footy we're witnessing as the umpire throws the ball back in long to the front of the pack. It's going to be Billy Glasgow. I reckon his hand is good. And it's going to be a ball up, and Tom might have escaped Macleod here in the third term. Could have been delivered out of bounds, but not paid in the end. Billy Glasgow given the benefit of the doubt, and with 2 seconds left on the clock, you think it'd only be a volley out of the ruck. And it's not to be. What is to be is a magnificent contest here at Eltham Central. A 5-point ball game. Eltham have led the entire afternoon, but now it's by a pretty small margin, just the 5 points. 12-10, 82. 22 points in that third term, but 3 late goals, 23 points in fact, and 3 late goals in the dying stages, all in red time. 2 to Justin White, another to Shane Doherty, have closed this margin to just 5 points. going into the last quarter, boys. Really hard to predict this one. It's ebbed and flowed over the last half an hour to 45 minutes, and I think whoever wins the points today has really deserved it. Two great sides who, for mine, neither really deserve to lose. Yep. It's been a great contest so far, and it's going to be one hell of a last quarter.
A draw would probably be a fitting result for both these sides, but I know neither of them probably want that. Macleod were much better in that third quarter. I thought they were fantastic the way they were able to move the ball a lot better into their fourth. They changed a couple of things structurally. They threw Chris Long to full forward, which I thought was a really good move. It just gave them a target to kick to, someone to look at when they were coming out of the midfield. And it happened a few times in the first half where Painter or Hobbs or Andrew would be streaming out of the middle of the ground. They just wouldn't be able to see that big tall target, and they'd get a bit confused going forward. But in that third quarter there was no mucking about. They got it long down the long, and he was able to win it down a lot of the time, bring the ball to ground and get the young fellas involved. I thought Yarwood was good at ground level in that third quarter. As I mentioned, John Andrew, I thought he was fantastic too. Lucas Hobbs got involved there. Justin White's been just about the best player on the ground for Macleod. His third quarter just as good as his second and his first. And they're starting to hit the scoreboard as well. Shane Doherty's got 2 now. Reed Brandt's had 3, and despite those guys not being the focal points, the stars of the day, they've made contributions and have been really important. And Macleod has just as much a chance of winning this now as Eltham have been for the entire day.
Yeah, I think the area of the game that they really lacked in the first quarter was just going hard at the footy and just really putting in the efforts. And Macleod, that lack of effort in the first quarter is what ended up, seeing them concede 6 goals in the first term. But since then, we've seen that, that increasing, that increasing effort as the game has gone on. And just, the midfielders, we know how good that midfield is. Guys like Painter and Hobbs, who have really stepped up in the third term, and also at the end of the second quarter, just their increase, their drive and their hunger is what's, it's basically turned the game in their favour, at least levelled up with Eltham. So, just that effort that we've seen, we didn't see in the first quarter for the Cloud has come back. We saw it in spades there in the third term. And now they're level on goals, 12 goals apiece, but 5 behind separates them, and that's the margin at 3/4 time. And now both teams know this is game on right now. Both teams will be nervous energy flowing through their veins, and I can only imagine what the 3/4 time speeches were like.
If you had to tip someone from this point, who would you be going with at this stage?
I want to tip Eltham. I think, just the goal scoring of Macleod in the last 2 quarters has been really good. They've kicked 11 goals in 2 quarters, so that's a very good return after kicking just 1 in the first quarter. So probably Macleod, because they've probably got the better quality, but I'd love to see Eltham get up.
Chris Radis has already had 10 scoring shots. He might need a few more if Eltham are going to get over the line here in this last quarter. It is a 5-point ball game here at Eltham Central, and we are just about to get underway. Siren about to be blown, umpire about to hold the ball aloft and then throw it up. And the 2 ruckmen to get things underway here in the final term will be DePaolo and Long once more. And it is Long on this occasion who wins it down in the path of Andrew, off his hands. Painter going in hard, big tackle laid, stopped again. We'll have a secondary stoppage to start off this last quarter. 5-point ball game, Eltham lead.
Live on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. It's Eltham versus Macleod. Eltham lead by 5 points. Macleod coming home strong. This is Andrew from the middle, goes to his left, to his right, and then gets on his right and goes up towards half forward. Leading it there was Martin, who plays on straight away. Handballs forward for Hobbs. Hobbs runs in on 50, kicks from 45, going towards goal. Was it touched on the line? It was. Oh my goodness me! Justin White out of mid-air in the goal square. He's put it straight through. What a goal that was.
Don't worry about Tim Cahill. Oh, what about that from Scooter White? He's got his 4th. An unbelievable left foot volley.
You should see the faces of the Macleod fans below us. They are in disbelief. What a goal that was. It just sat up for him beautifully, and he's volleyed it out of mid-air through for a 6-pointer. Unbelievable. They lead by 1 point now. The first time Macleod have led for the day.
That deserves a boy, oh boy, wowee. Magnificent stuff there from Scooter White. He's got his 4th. He's basically turned the game here. After Eltham led by 40 points at one stage, he was the main driver for Macleod to get back into the contest, and now he has put them in front with that unbelievable volley goal. It's a 1-point ball game, and Macleod for the first time have the lead, and we'll go inside forward 50 again through Painter. He gets it to Doherty, off his chest, it bounces to Paddy Martin. Now Scooter White getting involved again. He's working really hard at ground level for his team. He's wrapped up. And there will be a stoppage at half forward again. Suddenly McLeod are in front.
Gee, 1 point in the margin. What a goal. I'm still in disbelief. That was a great goal from Justin White. Thrown up, 45 metres out at centre half forward here from McLeod. Just inside their forward 50. A hooking kick towards the flank underneath it. Oh, Rand takes a nice diving mark. Burned his knees on the slide, but took the chest mark, and he's going to go back and line up for a shot at goal.
Just got there, didn't he?
And this one, McLeod 7 points in front.
So the two main goal scorers for McLeod today, they've been lively. Scooter White with 4 and Reed Brandt for his 4th if he can put this one through. And gee, wouldn't this hurt Eltham if McLeod could stretch out to a 7-point lead after taking the lead for the first time of the day just moments ago. It's going to be Reed Brandt. He's normally a sharpshooter. In he comes, vital kick in the context of this game, and it was never missing. Yeah, he's put it through.
Never missing, but it only just went through.
It was never missing at the start, and then it swung late, and then it swung back. That's why I almost pulled out of it halfway through the call, but it got there in the end, and it was never missing.
So McLeod now out to a 7-point advantage. Brandt and Justin White kicked their 4th goal at the start of this second term. Have gone just shy of, sorry, 4th term I should say, just shy of 3 minutes now. It is McLeod 14-5-89, Eltham 12-10-82. The Panthers have a response, boys.
3 minutes gone in the final term. The whistle blows from the middle. It's going to be a free kick to the Panthers. A good opportunity here to go inside the forward 50. It'll be with Rogers, defensive side of the circles. Players are swarming inside forward 50. Where will he go? He's got a few leads short. Decides to go long to about 30 metres out. Chris Aratis on the lead. Oh, he was never dropping that one. Oh, never dropping that one. He's going to line up for what would be his 7th goal of the day.
He was never dropping it, but by no means was it an easy mark. He had Brad Leggett hanging off him the whole way through that lead.
For the stakes of this game, I mean, he has to kick this for Eltham, doesn't he? I mean, McLeod's made their charge. Effectively, in terms of game time, they've kicked 5 goals in 5 minutes. 3 late in the third and then 2 early in this last quarter, but he needs to now kick one, really against the grain of play to give his side, or to keep it right back in the contest, and his kick on goal is good. Chris Aratis has 7, Eltham has 13, they're 13-10-88, McLeod 14-5-89, 1 point separates these sides, and we have now played 4 minutes in the final quarter.
4 minutes in 1 quarter and 3 goals. It's been a goal fest today. 13 goals, 10 Eltham to 14 goals, 5 McLeod. The margin is 1 point. What a game.
Well, we should have expected the game to open up. Both sides have been so hard at each other, and they would have expended a hell of a lot of energy in those first 3 quarters. This game could really open up here in this last quarter. Ruck's going at it again. Long won it down. Painter couldn't get hands on it. Now Bursty away is Taglieri, the co-captain. He goes to half forward. Merkel in good position. And Chris Aratis also. And it's going to be a Chris Aratis free kick.
Yeah, Leggett just came in over the top. It might have been around the neck or over the shoulder. It was
paid too high. There was a call from the umpire.
The way he's kicking, you would back him from here to put them back in front and nail his 8th.
I think I've got him down for 7-3 for today.
I've got 7-4 here.
7-4, so he's had another 11 shots on goal. This is 12. Can Chris Aratis kick his 8th and put the home side back in front? I reckon the crowd will tell a tale as he comes in now, crossing the 50.
From 50 metres, it's high, it's long. Is it going to go? No, it's going to sit up and off the hands of Williamson.
Scores level.
Rush behind, scores level.
Eltham 13-11-89, McLeod 14-5-89, and they're off quickly now through Daniel O'Brien.
O'Brien booms it long up towards centre wing on the outer side of the ground. Hobbs doesn't break stride, takes a mark and plays on. Right foot kick, it was a poor kick inside forward 50, but it's skittled through Richardson. Wikowski's there as well, he's run over the footy as well. McLeod players coming in, diving on top of it. And how quickly did they get that from defensive 50 to forward 50? It's 30 metres out from goal inside their forward line. McLeod just getting the tap there was Glasgow. It's fallen the way of Eltham, and they repel up towards centre wing, outer side of the ground. That one's gone out of bounds.
Good percentage play there by Taglieri. Get it out of the dangerous area.
Not the only close game in Division 1. Scores level here, and we've also got Montmorency 75 trailing West Preston Lakeside 78. 3 points in it there, 4 points in it at Warringal Park. Heidelberg's 80. Greensborough's 84. Close games all around today in Division 1.
13-11, plays 14-5, 89 apiece here at Eltham Central. 1 down. Woods has it now for Eltham. He goes high and long towards half forward. No one's going to get there. Merkel would have been the first, but he let it go for Louis Glasgow, who gave it to Chris Aratis. Has he done it again? Yes, he has. He's got 8 goals!
That was the left foot running towards the boundary line. How he's managed to get that ball to curl back around, I have no idea. But Cruceratus
Finessing it like a thread through a needle.
Hands down, he is the best forward in the NFL right now.
There's no doubting it.
He's surpassed Shane Harvey, he's surpassed Gary Moorcroft. So do those two blokes. They're fantastic footballers. But Cruceratus, he is in rare form.
Second bag of 8, and isn't he doing it against great sides? Greensboro in round 1, and now Macleod. He is a superstar, and that one, I reckon, is just his best one so far today. He has kicked 8 goals.
Absolutely, blow me down. He's fantastic.
So
7 minutes gone.
Back to a 6-point lead now. Eltham back in front, and in the middle, it's Chris Long at ground level trying to squeeze it forward here for Macleod. Wachowski came out at halfback, gave it to Woods, who was coat hanging, and he'll have it halfback. He wants to play on straight away. He gets it out wide to Valance. He's got to stop the ball on the ground before he can hand it off to a teammate. Now coming out of fullback as the dodgy kick. Couldn't find Dv1.
Poor option too. James Reid on the long lead had O'Brien covered there, and he was screaming for the footy.
There was Pettigrove, and it was a poor kick going the other way as well. It landed in the arms of Richardson at halfback, and he's got Cruceratus calling for it further afield. He decides to go shorter than that inboard. He's got a man inside who wheels around his direct opponent Doherty. Now long one towards Merkel. Standing in the hole, a really courageous mark there from Brad Leggett.
So Leggett in defence from Macleod. He's got options left and right, and goes right instead and sees Henkel across half-back. On the right boot, goes up the line looking for Shane Doherty, but he underran the ball. And out the back was Billy Glasgow who took the mark, and so Eltham from the halfway line will go back inside forward 50. A long kick looking for Dv1. In front there, a good mark taken by Shaw. In fact, it was Bianchin. Right on defensive 50 for Macleod. Goes short. Bit of a wobbly old kick. Woods almost got a hand to it, but Andrew out the back took the mark.
He launches a torp. He's got Paddy Martin in miles of space.
Standing across centre half back. A poor kick. A kick to a 2-on-1 in favour of Eltham. The whistle's gone, and it will go Eltham's way because Schubert gave away the free kick. Williamson takes his handball, goes off to Valance. Valance in on 50, 45 metres, right foot kick. Oh, beautiful.
This is the best game we've seen this year. There's no doubting it. It is toed and fro. I thought when Macleod got 7 points in front that they might run away with it. Haven't Eltham responded? They've kicked 3 in a row and 3 beauties. Cruceratus with 2, and that time there, Valance running through. What an absolute beauty. He's only kicked 6 goals in his senior career, and his 7th was probably his best one yet. Eltham, 15-11-101. Macleod, 14-5-89. We've played 9 minutes final term.
And here we are, the big men fly again at Sayers, winning it down. Glasgow in tight. Cox also wrapped up by Sayers. It will be another stoppage in the middle of the ground. This has been a brilliant game of footy. As he said, the best game we've seen this year. One of the best games we've seen in our time at the NFL, I would imagine. Now going hard is Williamson in the ruck. He won it down. Johnny Andrew going in hard at ground level 2. Trying to come away from the stoppage there is Macleod. They can't get it out of the congestion. Eltham bodies everywhere. There'll be yet another stoppage. It is still a 12-point ball game here for Eltham, who've controlled the game for majority of the day. Macleod snuck in front for a second, but Eltham have pinched it back on some brilliance of Cruceratus. It is going to be Louis Glasgow coming away from the stoppage. Gets it to Matty Evans, the former Bundoora player. He gives it to Dv1. He's got a bit of time and space to lace out a man inside forward 50. Couldn't hit Merkel. Cruceratus was almost a second there. Woods at ground level. There's some quality players here for Eltham. This time it's Taglieri. Oh, and he thought he had it. But the goal umpire said, well, wait until it goes through the 2 big sticks. It actually faded out to the left through one of the little sticks.
15-12-102, sorry Sam, 14-5-89, the margin is 13 points, 10 minutes gone. The kick out from full-back is taken by Shaw, who kicks to himself, and then goes up towards right half-back, just a bit heavy there for Henkel, but he gathers nicely and then goes over the top. He finds Sayers. Sayers feigned a handball out wide, but decides to go back over his mark. He's got a few players further afield, about 30 metres ahead. Goes a little bit longer and flares kick out towards right half forward. Martin takes it. Chip kick over the top, inside forward 50. A good mark in the pocket taken by White. He had Caulfield for company. And White might fancy himself from this area. He's about 45 metres out from goal, but it's very hard up against the boundary line. He plays on straight away, on the left boot, wheels around, a long kick towards goal. It's faded out to the right. It was White all the way. One more behind added for Macleod, takes them to 14-6-90. Eltham, 15-12-102. The margin is 2 straight goals.
And Watsonia now just hit the front against Heidelberg, where 65 plays 64. So going down right to the wire in Div3 as well.
Richardson chipped it to a teammate who was under a bit of pressure straight away. Ball spoiled out of bounds. It will be a boundary throw in. Deep inside this Macleod forward half right forward pocket. Scooter White pocket as it has been at the start of this last quarter. And it's going to be Duck Doherty going up against Williamson. Bursting away is Brandt. He put a handball out into space, but it's Woods with bursting speed coming away with the footy from the contest, and he's able to get it long up towards Valance, who's taken a good mark under duress. Cloud fans didn't think so, but I think he had enough of it. And could have been paid 50. Umpire said no, because it was a sloppy hand back to Valance from Driscoll, but it wasn't paid. It's going to be Valance going short, and he found Pettigrove, young JP, his fourth game, 20-year-old. Between wing and half-back. He goes with the long right foot kick, only as far as Sayers and Leggett. Good mark's taken there by Leggett.
I think it's important here for Macleod not to lose their head and play too attacking. Only 12 minutes gone, plenty of time here. They don't have to take unnecessary risks.
Leggett to Doherty, long inside forward 50, but that one's cut off by Gilbert.
Look at the run off half-back.
Who marks at centre half-back, and there is Richardson with that trademark run of his. A left foot kick out to centre wing, finds his captain in Braden Taglieri, who marks. Goes back and chips over the top. Robadani, if he can mark, has space. He doesn't mark, but he gathers. Handballs into Richardson, just a bit short. Painter gathers and now goes back the other way. Macleod going forward. Martin did really well to paddle it to himself. Runs inside forward 50 and finds White, who marks directly on the perimeter. Wheels around on the left, going towards goal. A bit heavy for Andrew in the pocket. And that one's actually hit the behind post, so it'll go out for a throw-in.
Chance to go around the ground. Montmorency 76, trailing West Preston Lakeside 79. Heidelberg's at the front against the Borough 86. Heidelberg Greensboro's 84. Bundura 106 leads North Heidelberg 55, and Northcote Park 111 leads Lowell Plenty 45.
12 points it is, deep inside the Macleod forward 50. They need a goal pretty quickly here, but it is Anton Woods for Eltham who's able to repel and get it outside of the defensive half here for Eltham. Tommy Rogers at ground level. He gave it to a teammate. Oh, he's fumbling around a little bit with it here, Pettigrove, and he gave it back to Rogers. Wasn't clean though. Now it's a turnover. Yarwood gave it to Brandt. Brandt's left foot kick is a bit of a sloppy one into the pocket, but off the hands of Williamson and out of bounds for a boundary throw.
Just some of the young players there, Pettigrove and Reed Brandt, both teenagers. Back to Pettigrove's 20, but just a bit nervous at this point in time. A few wayward handballs and kicks, but we do have a throw in now, 30 metres around from Macleod's goal.
14 minutes gone.
Thrown in by the boundary umpire. Long had front position, but plenty of Eltham players around this stoppage. So a secondary ball up called by the umpire.
Around the grounds, Dv3, Watsonia 65, leading Heidelberg West 64, Reservoir 69 to Vanuel 57, and South Rank 70 to St Mary's 58.
Two straight kicks the margin, long taps it down, plenty of players in this throng on centre half back for Eltham. Brovadani clears up towards centre wing. Glasgow couldn't take the one-handed mark, but does well to gather on ground level. His handball was short for Rogers, taken over the big kick against Yarwood, and it's holding the ball, so it's going to be a free kick towards Eltham. They need to be careful they're not too rough with the player. Woods almost took his player on. Cox, his kick was smothered. In there is Brovadani again. The whistle again has gone. Now it's a bounce free kick.
I think it was actually high in the end. I think that first one to come in was a player limping off with a hammy here for Eltham as well, so that looks like it might actually be. It's a Brovadani to the bench.
Brovadani lines the boundary line as the ball goes deep inside forward 50. Macleod could score
That's a
here.
goal. No one's touched that from centre wing.
We're waiting for the umpires to confirm here. Field umpire talking to goal umpire. What will we see? The ball has gone through, but hasn't been touched on the way.
That could be a goal from centre wing, just to repeat.
The Macleod players are protesting. Sorry, the Eltham players are protesting. Now the boundary umpire comes in. It is 15-12-102 Eltham to Macleod 14-6-90. 15 minutes gone in the final turn. There was a long kick from centre wing, I think it was by Yarwood. It went all the way towards goal. It's gone through, but we're not sure if it's been touched on the way through. We've got four umpires conferring. The decision's been made, and it's a goal. Yarwood scores the longest goal in NFL history, I reckon.
He's kicked that from centre wing. It just escaped the pack and bounced a good 20-25 metres and trickled through, and we have a 6-point ball game. We thought we had it all, and now we've seen a goal from midfield, it has to be said. So Yarwood's kicked 2 goals. His side trails by just one straight kick. 15-6-96 Macleod. Eltham 15-12-102. 16 minutes played in the final quarter.
9.5 to go here at Eltham Central, and one it down and then caught one in the head. Now winning it away. Out of the middle is Bottomley, high, up and under, trying to find Shane Doherty, couldn't quite, off hands now. Little kick comes out to between wing and half forward. It is Duck Doherty. He goes high, up and under, around the corner, almost a mark taken there. Full forward, Shane Doherty. He's given away a free kick, I think, here on the last line. I guess it'll be locking it.
Mark was paid to Richardson there. He juggled it 3 times and no other Macleod man got a hand on it.
In the back pocket, Richardson goes short, but it's intercepted by Bottomley. Eltham give away cheap possession, and Bottomley can now line up for a shot at goal from 40 out.
The most experienced man on the ground here, Lockie Richardson, the only player in the Eltham side, in fact, one of only 2 Eltham players to have played over 100 games, and he's been a lifelong Eltham man. He's made one of the more crucial turnovers he's made in his career. He's gone short, and Bottomley's just picked it off, and now he will shoot to level the scores if he can convert accurately.
He'll kick from 45. The right foot kick is high, plenty of air in it. Not enough accuracy though. Stops on the line. Can they score here from the goal line? No, they can't.
No, it's on behind though.
Rush through from Macleod, so it's 15-7, 97. Margin now back to 5 points.
I think the loser here looks to be a really painful loss, won't it? I think more so for Eltham because they've led for a long majority, but Macleod as well have given absolutely everything, and there deserves to be no loser in a game like this.
Long wrist towards back.
Billy, Glasgow.
A brilliant march from Glasgow. In a big pack of players, he just reached up, stretched every fibre of his being and took the mark. He went for Merkel on the near side of the ground, but a pack of players came in and spoiled it. Macleod with possession again. Doherty dances around one, ducks another, but can't get past Rogers.
Oh, great hands.
Eltham get it back through the middle. Rogers, wheels on Rogers. He goes inside. Blasting! Cruceratus marks. 30 metres out from goal. And again, Rogers to Cruceratus, that partnership paying dividends.
We could have our first bag of 10 this year. The way he's going, he's kicked 8, and there's plenty of time left in this one here. We've gone just now 18 and a quarter minutes. Cruceratus lining up for number 9. This to make it an 11-point ball game.
And he couldn't be in a better position, directly in front. He'll kick from inside 40 metres out. Cruceratus lines up, right foot kick on the way, looks straight, nails it. He is very straight.
Cruceratus has 9, and this game here is an absolute epic. It is now Eltham 16-12, 108. Macleod 15-7, 97. I think everyone out there today is in contention for the Midas Greensboro Player of the Day, but it's hard probably to go past someone who's put through 9.
Oh my goodness. Cruceratus, 9 goals for the day. His biggest haul for the year. He kicked 9 last year, didn't he?
He might just get him home too. Back in the middle, here we go, it's DePaolo, wins it down. Macleod really needs something now. Taglieri out of the middle, wins it again for Eltham. To Cox, gave it to Glasgow. Glasgow to Valens. Valens inside, almost over the head of Bianchi, but he took it well, took a good mark. Last line defence, and now he can go back. He doesn't have a lot moving further afield. He's going to have to go long down the line, direction of Sayers. No, he does find a short option, presenting nicely there. Coming up to the footy with Schubert, and now he goes inside and finds Painter. Just in between right half back and centre half back, and now he switches across to centre half back. Finds Milliken. Milliken on the left foot, dangerous kick, and outbodied was the Macleod man. Driscoll by Tommy Rogers, who gave it to Woods. Woods high, up and under. Chance there for Zito. Chance there for Louis Glasgow. Zito in there again.
Cruceratus calling for it.
Here's Merkel. Handball out. Wasn't his best one. Painter coming away. This is desperate stuff here from Macleod. They just have to get everything going right from here. Kick was horrible. Tumbler to Tommy Rogers. He doesn't miss many. This time on the goal score. Pushed out. Cruceratus.
No.
The umpire said no. Good mark there from Daniel O'Brien. I thought there was a hand in the back.
Jeez, this game is edge of your seat stuff. O'Brien on the last line. Handball is off to Bianchin. Bianchin booms it long up to centre wing. Mark not taken by Martin. It was sandwiched between 2 Eltham players. It's going to go to Woods, the free kick. Eltham on the right half forward, then 80 metres out from goal. It's in the hands of Anton Woods, the new recruit for the Panthers this season. Plenty of plays inside the forward line, but lead from Merkel, couldn't take the mark. Rogers can't gather. He's skittled by the footy. And the ball goes out of play, 60 metres out from Eltham's goal. They've ticked into time on. 108 plays 97.
What an unbelievable game of footy, boys. 5.5 minutes to go It is just the 11 points the difference here at the moment. Eltham holding on to their slender lead. Going in hard is Hobbs. He got a handball out. This is just about last roll of the dice here for Macleod. Going in is Bianch, and he picked it up, but he was put under immense pressure straight away. Now Taglieri, he's been fantastic all day, selling candy and getting his way through a couple. Here's Merkel, handball up. Reed, the youngster. Off to the left, one behind. Crucial miss from the 19-year-old.
Could have sealed it. 21 and a quarter minutes played, and even 2 kicks in at 16-13, 109. That's Eltham. Macleod, 15-7, 97. This is going to be a 50-metre penalty. Cox has pushed Hobbs off the ball. Hobbs went down, and they will advance 50 metres. Final score coming through from Bill Laurie Oval. Northcote Park, 19-15, 129. Defeated Lowell, 27-3, 45.
White got the handball at the back. He goes wide to Henkel. Henkel long inside forward 50. A one-on-one at the back. Richardson, brilliant mark. Outbodied his opponent there in Bottomley. He's going to slow things down. Very smart from the 35-year-old. Richardson has been there since I think the 90s. He's been here at Eltham. Goes long up towards centre wing. Mark taken by Glasgow. Oh, he's given away. No, it's given away free.
Push out, Schubert.
So Schubert has it on right half forward. Short one inside forward 50. Woods the diving mark.
The slips catch. Tubby Taylor. What a grab.
Anton Woods at centre half back. Eltham probably giving the call to slow things down now. 22 minutes gone in this final turn. They lead by an even 2 kicks. The kick out towards centre wing was taken at the back by O'Brien. Up now to Bottomley. Bottomley short inside forward 50 to Andrew. Andrew back out inside, long towards the goal square. Does it go all the way? It's touched on the line and goes through for one behind. Or has it hit the post?
It has.
Yeah, behind post, so it's going to be a throw in.
So 109 plays 97, 22 and a half minutes gone here. It's Eltham ahead by 12 points, looking to cause a massive boil over if they can knock off the #1 ranked Macleod side.
So throwing deep inside Macleod's forward 50. They trailed by an even 2 kicks. One goal here is going to make the final few minutes really exciting. White was third man up. In front there was Long. Yarwood was in there as well, but Eltham just closed things up and they forced another stoppage. A ball up inside the forward pocket, thrown up quickly by the umpire. Again, Eltham just forcing their numbers to try and close this one down. A big scrum of players around it, and there'll be another stoppage. 16-13, 109, Eltham. Macleod, 15-7, 97. 23 minutes gone. A thriller at Eltham Central Park on your local station. 88.6, Plenty Valley FM.
3.5 to go, and Macleod need one right now. Hobbs out of the stoppage, swings around the corner. Is there a whistle? Whistle from the umpire says it's a throw in, out of bounds. Lucas Hobbs was when he made that kick back inside the forward 50. And it will be thrown in once more. As I said, 3.5 minutes to go. Macleod need goals, and they need goals right now. 12-point deficit it is. Eltham have led for nearly the whole day. The umpire's whistle goes again on this occasion. It's going to be a Macleod free kick. It's going to be Chris Long with a crucial chance here. If he can put this one through, they're still in with a shot here, the Kangas.
They led by 7 earlier in this last quarter, Macleod. They've given up that lead, and Eltham now lead by 12. Chris Long, the ruckman, is going to line up from left half forward, 45-degree angle. He'll kick from about 45 metres out. Right foot kick is on the way. Plenty of air in that one, but it started left and it stayed left.
Well, that makes it interesting. It's now under 2 goals. It's 11 points the difference. Macleod need 2 goals to win it. 15-8, 98 Macleod. Eltham 16-13, 109. 24.5 minutes played in the last quarter.
3 minutes to go. What a classic we've called today here. It's been an absolute beauty at Eltham Central. Macleod versus Eltham. And it is still an absolute arm wrestle right to the last second. 109 plays 98, 11-point ball game with 3 minutes to go. Macleod are still in this contest, despite Eltham's magnificent performance throughout the afternoon. And the boundary umpire to throw it in once more. It is in the Macleod forward half. The whistle has gone again, and it's going to be another Macleod free kick.
Yeah, Paddy Martin.
And this time it's going to be Paddy Martin who's got a chance to put it through and take the margin back to 5 points. 2 minutes 43 left on the clock. Absolutely crucial for the Kangas that he puts this one through here, Paddy Martin. And he comes, now he's just about to take his kick. Everyone's tense here, commentary box is tense.
If he scores, it's beneath the goal.
Here goes Paddy Martin, so from 50 metres out, 45-degree angle on the left half forward flank. He's been good today. That one looks pretty straight. He's got it. And the crowd is still alive. It's a 5-point ball game with 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Paddy Martin, a crucial late goal.
Well, this is going to set up the biggest finish we've seen in a long, long time. 5 points the margin beneath the kick. It is 16-13, 109 Eltham. Macleod, 16-8, 104. 26 minutes gone. Approximately 2.5 minutes left, Samuel Zito.
And there's been a 5-point result already in Division 1 today because West Preston Lakeside's defeated Montmorency 13-10, 88 to 12-11, 83. The Roosters getting the 4 points.
From the restart, Long does the tapping. At the back there, looks like it was Driscoll who got almost his head taken off, and there's going to be no free kick but a ball up. Just forward of the circles here for Eltham. They lead by a slender 5-point margin. Macleod have hit back hard in this second half. Over the top, third man up was the Eltham man. Running onto it there, they go inside forward 50. Merkel tries to hand one off. It's been called in by the umpire. We'll have another stoppage, 45 metres out from goal.
Cruceratus one out and the goals were unlegged. He has not, in fact, it's not legged any longer. It looks like it's Schubert there. No, it is legged, but he's kicked 9 goals and he's looking for 10. They might need it to hold on here. 5 points of difference, and we'll get a secondary stoppage here.
Williamson in there doing some dirty work for the big ruckman. Doing the rucks as well. Ball thrown up, 45 out, directly in front of Eltham's goal. Inside their forward 50. Williamson takes it, but he's taken the ground. And there'll be another stoppage.
So just 80 seconds left in this absolute epic here at Eltham Central. It is 5 points of difference in the dying stages, and Macleod still with a chance. As Bianchin gets out of the stoppage, he tumbles one up to the wing. They need everything to go right. It's Driscoll. He feeds it to Johnny Andrew. He's on the burst. He goes to 60. He kicks long towards the goal square. Marking option is Hobbs. At ground level, Pettigrove, he got it off. Here is Caulfield, he comes away from the stoppage, he gets it out towards the wing, and a relieving mark taken by Woods.
And as always happens, cramp just happens to come into his legs as well.
He's been fantastic all day, Anton Woods.
45 seconds left, if they can just hold on to the footy, they are home here, Eltham. Kick up to Merkel, it's going to dribble over his head. Good work by Cox to get the ball going forward. This might be enough. Got for his head. He's got the mark. And he'll go back now and kick for double figures. And what would surely seal off this game? He might kick after the siren. There's only 20 seconds left.
Well, they're home. Eltham's home regardless of what happens here. They're going to win by whether it's a goal or 11 points. Eltham will win. Cruceratus for goal number 10. He might well kick after the siren.
This is unbelievable. James Cruceratus lines
6
up.
6 seconds. 5, 4.
Listen to the sign as this sails through.
For number 10, James Cruceratus. He's been back on ground. He returns. He's hit the post. So he ends up with 9 goals, 5 for the day. Jesus. Gee, he was so close to having his 10th goal, but it doesn't matter. The Eltham fans won't care that he didn't get his 10. They got the win against the top of the table, Macleod Kangaroos. What a magnificent performance and an outstanding game of footy it was by both these teams here today. Sensational NFL action here, and Eltham run out winners in the end. 16 goals, 14, 110 to Macleod. 16 goals, 8, 104.
I'm going to call it now. You will not see a better game of Northern Football League footy this year than what we have just witnessed here. James Cruceratus can take a bow, but I think there's 43 other players out there as well there today who might as well do the same, because it was a great game of football, and I think all 44 players could hold your head high after an effort like that. What an entertaining game, Jordan.
An unbelievable game. The story of the match, James Cruceratus kicks 9 goals, just missed out on his 10th by hitting the post with a shot after the siren, but what a game from Eltham. 6 goals, 3 in the first quarter to Macleod, just the 1 goal. They led by 33 points at quarter time. Macleod then extended their lead to 45 points in the second term, but the Kangaroos, they brought it all the way back, and they brought it back to 15 points at half-time. Eltham's still leading, but then the third quarter, when they turned it on Macleod, they kicked another 5 goals, and it was just 5 points at the last change, and then what a last quarter we saw. That was unbelievable.
We're going to go to a break. On the other side of this, we'll have the full game review. I think it's fair to say we might have James Cruceratus in here as well, and we'll have all the around-the-ground action. There's been some absolute thrillers right throughout the Northern Football League today. We're going to try and catch a breath here, grab some composure, but that was an absolute corker. Eltham, 16-14, 110, has defeated Macleod, 16-8, 104. Well and truly, it has been the NFL match of the day on your local station, 88.6, Plenty Valley FM.
I love the local news.
I love the music variety.
In all local sport, 24 hours a day. It's all local. 88.6, Plenty Valley FM.
And I emergency? Police, fire, or ambulance?
Yeah, g'day mate, I need an electrician.
Do you need police, fire, or ambulance?
No, I just need an electrician. I've got a couple of crappy power points I need to get changed
Look,
over.
I'm sorry, I can only connect you to the police, fire, or
I
ambulance.
need to talk to an
This is
electrician.
for emergencies only.
This is an emergency. I'm moving into the house and I need to get an electrician to change these power points.
000's sole job is to connect you to your nearest emergency service. So please stay relevant and save 000 for urgent assistance only.
Who keeps you up to date with local news? Who gives you all your local sports updates? Who keeps you informed during local emergencies? We do. Your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.
Northern Football League game day, live on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.
Welcome back. You're listening to your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. Northern Football League match of the day, round 5 between Eltham and Macleod. The final scores at full time is Eltham 16-14, 110 to Macleod 16-8, 104. A 6-point win to Eltham, a team who just by the skin of their teeth avoided relegation last season, have beaten now the team that was before today sitting on top of the NFL ladder and a team that made the prelims last season. It was an absolute cracking game today. Eltham fantastic, and James Crisolatis, the star of the show, kicking 9 goals in a brilliant performance and one of the best games we've called in our history here at, in the NFL commentary box. Samuel Zito's alongside me. We're going to get the match, the player of the day rather, for Midas Greensborough, the player of the day, in just a few moments, which I'm sure will be James Crisolatis after his 9-goal performance. Jordan Canellis and Samuel Zito with you in the commentary box for post-mortem of this one. Samuel, just a great game.
What a great game, and just a great day of football all around.